Hi, Lee Phillips here. I want to talk to you for 2 seconds about passing property when you die. And there are lots of workarounds for probate. Everybody wants to avoid probate. There's joint tenancy. There are 2 new ones, transfer on death and pay on death. They're not exactly new. They've been around for a while. Basically what you're doing is you're setting up an account, a bank, usually a bank account, a brokerage account, and they are naming individuals who will receive that account when you die, upon death. Pay on death, transfer on death, POD, TOD. And the bank just agrees that they're going to transfer this account to this named individual or named individuals when you die. And it works pretty good. There are problems. I'd rather see you put the bank account in the name of your living revocable trust because it gives us more flexibility. For example, if one of the named beneficiaries or the guys that are going to get the payout when you die on the account, if they die with you or before you, then the bank doesn't know what to do. And so the bank's going to send you back to probate. The family's going to get to go through probate again. The problem is if they just don't have it that detailed down. In the trust, it's going to say what happens when somebody dies before you do. It goes to their kids or whatever it is. So the POD, the TOD are okay, and there's a new one that I kind of like too. That is, a number of states are now passing POD or transfer on death deeds. So I can make out the deed, and upon my death, it goes to the named beneficiary or beneficiaries. So it works pretty good that way. Again, same problem. If one of the named people has died with you or prior, then we don't know what to do. So I'd rather see it in the living revocable trust. But if mom's only got a bank account and a little house, then yeah, let's do it. Now, I don't want you to put your name on the deed with mom, because if you do that, then she's giving you a gift, and you don't get a step up in basis when she dies. The trigger to transfer from her to you, or from you to your kids, the trigger has to be death in order to get the step up in basis. Just putting somebody's name on a deed ain't going to do that. But the advantage of the POD or TOD deed is death triggers it. So it does get the step up in basis. Of course, it's going to be included in mom's estate for estate tax purposes. That's either the federal, or if you live in a state which has estate tax purposes or problems, then you're going to have to worry about that. But the TOD does work, the POD works. Just kind of be careful. If somebody dies, then we need to go back in and redo it. If they die simultaneously with you, then you do have a problem. So use the trust, but if somebody only has a bank account and a house, then we can do the transfer on deaths and stuff. Now, don't forget to love us and like us and do whatever you want to do. By the way, when you're using the trust, get my ebook, and it's a good ebook, on how to use a trust, and it explains this sorts of stuff. Make sure that the trust is funded and all of that sort of thing. Because if you don't put the deed, if you don't deed the house over to the trust, it isn't going to do you any good. So, well, now that brings up a point. Could I do the trust as the beneficiary of the pay on death or the transfer on death? The answer is yes. But why do the POD or TOD just have it go into the trust before mom dies? But it gives us the flexibility that we didn't used to have. So get the ebook on how to use a trust and share with everybody, because we give you pretty good stuff here. Lee Phillips, yeah, I'm still a liar. I mean an attorney. Don't hold that against me, all right?